Ever been watching an American movie, enjoying it, when all of a sudden the main character uses a term you've never heard before? I can almost 100% guarantee that that character used a slang term. That's why you as an English learner must master English slang. And today's lesson will help you do just that. Are you ready? Well then, I'm Teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. The very first term you must understand is a game. A game. Now, this is a term we use very often in English, but what does it mean? So the term a game just means to do your best possible in any endeavor, usually when speaking about competition. Now, growing up, I was an athlete. I still enjoy sports. I still enjoy exercising. But whenever I went to a game, whenever I participated in a competition, I always wanted to do my best. I always had this mindset, hey, Tiff, listen, when you get on that court, when you get in the field, you have to make sure you bring your A game. You have to make sure you're giving all of your best efforts. Makes sense, right? It's a term that we use very often in English, A game. But I want to help you understand how to use it in real life situations. So let's check out this first real life situation. Imagine you're at a job interview. And here's the situation. When preparing for an important job interview at a prestigious company, how can you use the term A game? You want to get this job so bad. This company is absolutely amazing and it is your dream job. Here's how you can describe this situation and use the slang term A game. I need to bring my A game to this interview at Google tomorrow. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Makes sense, right? Again, you want to bring your A game to the interview. But what about this real life situation? Imagine, for example, you are in a sports competition. Just like I said, I loved sports growing up. But it's right before a championship game or a crucial match. There are tons of people in the crowd looking forward to this game. In this situation, you can say, if we want to win the finals, everyone needs to bring their A game tonight. You saw it, right? You can envision the situation. Hey, if we want to win, if we want to go to the finals, we have to bring our A game. You got it? Yes. All right. Now check out this other real life situation. Here's the situation. Here's the example. Business presentation. At your job, you have to give a presentation. Here's the exact situation. When preparing for a crucial presentation to important clients, I want you to imagine the clients, they're your biggest clients, and your boss is depending on you to make sure this presentation wows them. How can you describe the situation using A game? Here we go. The CEO will be at the meeting. So make sure you bring your A game to the presentation. Makes sense, right? Hey, I need you to do your best. The CEO is gonna be there, man. I need you to bring your A game. You got it? Yes, this term is very useful. However, there are some do's and don'ts when it comes to this actual slang. So first, let's go over the do's of using this term A game. The first one is, do use it in professional or competitive context. It's totally okay to use it when you're speaking about the work environment and competitions. You can also use it to encourage and motivate others. Hey, listen, bring your A game, baby. You got it. I believe in you. The third time you can use this is when discussing important events or performances. You can use this slang term A game in these situations. Now, on the opposite side, you cannot use this slang term for casual or routine activities. I'm gonna bring my A game when I brush my teeth today. No, boo-boo. That is not the time to use A game. Or in this situation, don't use it in formal written documents. It's very important. Again, it's a great slang term, but don't use it when you're writing a formal document. And also, don't overuse it in daily conversation. You don't want to have a conversation with your friend and keep saying, I brought my A game to my brushing of my teeth situation. I brought my A game when I was driving my car. Don't overuse it. You got me? All right. So now that you know the do's and don'ts of this slang term A game, I want you to listen to this quick story of how you can use this term. Here we go. Listen closely. Sarah had been preparing for the National Chess Championships for months. Her coach kept telling her, you've got to bring your A game tomorrow. This is what we've been working towards. The morning of the tournament, Sarah felt nervous but focused. As she sat across from the defending champion, she remembered all her training and took a deep breath. Her A game kicked in, and after an intense match, she became the youngest national champion in history. Why? Because Sarah bought her A game that day. You got it right? Excellent. All right, so our first slang term, again, is A game. Now we're going to move to our second slang term, but I want to actually let you know everything that I'm teaching you today actually comes from this document. Again, you've learned A game, and this comes from this course that I teach, the Master English Slang course. So this is actually a PDF for those watching from the course. And I just taught you the second slang term from this course. Again, A game. Now I'm going to teach you 2 more slang terms to help you. But again, if you want to learn even more, all you have to do, you heard that in my voice, even, I like to sing, but whoo, today, I don't know. But if you want to learn even more, all you have to do is hit the link in the description or go to www.speakenglishwithtiffanyacademy.com and enroll in the Master English Slang course. All right. So I want us to now jump into our second English slang term. Our second English slang term is all-nighter. Again, all-nighter. Now, this is a very commonly used slang term, and this term literally just refers to an event that lasts all night or a time when you spend all night studying, especially for an exam. It can also refer to working all night. Literally what it implies, spending all night doing something in preparation for something else. All right? We say all-nighter. This is the slang term. So here's a real life situation when you can use this term. The very first real life situation, I want you to think about college studies. Being in college and specifically preparing for final exams. I remember so many times having to prepare for final exams. Here's the example sentence. I'll have to pull an all-nighter to finish studying for tomorrow's physics exam. Makes sense, right? Maybe you are in college right now. Maybe you remember the old days like I do when I was in college and when you were in college, having to study for an exam by pulling an all-nighter. What about this other real life situation? Again, here's the setup. You have a work deadline. When completing an urgent project, your entire team is working on this project. Here's the example sentence. The team pulled an all-nighter to get the proposal ready for the morning meeting. Listen, guys, I know we're tired. But we have to pull an all-nighter in order to get this project done. And then we have this real life situation. Again, think about working. You have a creative project that you're working on, and you're trying to finish an artistic or creative work. Here's the example sentence. I pulled an all-nighter to finish editing my short film before the festival deadline. You see how I was able to naturally describe the situation using the slang term all-nighter? Again, you, my friend, are going to be able to do the exact same thing. So we understand how to use it, but now we have to look at the do's and the don'ts. So let's start with the do's first of using this slang term all-nighter. Here's the first one. Again, using this slang term. Do use it when describing genuine situations requiring overnight work. I had to study all night. I had to work all night. These are real situations. Also, use it to express dedication to completing a task. Listen, I'm going to work. I'm going to work hard to knock this task out the park. And finally, do use it in casual conversation with your peers, with your friends. It's okay to use this in casual conversations, but don't use this slang term to glorify it as a regular habit. Ha! I stay up all night every night working. You don't want to glorify it. It's not necessarily a good thing. No one wants to stay up all night every night. Also, don't use it in formal professional communications. When you're emailing your boss, hey, I had to pull an all-nighter. You want to change it. It's not going to be used in these formal professional communications. And finally, don't use it to brag about poor time management. Don't use it, hey, I pulled an all-nighter because I didn't study for my test. You don't want to use it to brag. It's not something good, right? It's something that we have to do at times, but you don't want to brag about it. So check out this short story using the slang term all-nighter. Here we go. Mike and his roommate James were notorious or famous for their last-minute study sessions. The night before their final presentation, they pulled an all-nighter in the library, fueled by coffee and determination. As the sun rose, they had not only completed their presentation, but had also created what turned out to be the most creative project in their class. Their professor was impressed, but kindly suggested better time management for future assignments. You caught it, right? Mike and his roommate James had to pull an all-nighter. So again, this slang term, our second slang term, all-nighter. You can start using it today. Now, this third slang term is also another good one. We're going again. Remember, I mentioned to you that all of these come from the document that I use when I teach the Master English Slang course. So we're going to move to our third slang term, and it actually is back seat driver. This is the PDF that I use in the course, but we're talking about back seat driver. Backseat driver. Now, this is something we use very often as well in English, and it just refers to someone who is always in the back trying to tell the driver what to do. Hey, oh, you missed your turn. Hey, you gotta go to the left. Hey, you should hang a right at this corner. Someone in the back always trying to tell the driver what to do. In English, we call that person a backseat driver. I thought about Backstreet Boys all of a sudden. Backstreet. All right, so here's the first real life situation. All right, you're on a road trip and you're traveling with your family or your friends. Here's how you can describe the situation. My mother-in-law is such a backseat driver. She comments on every turn I make. You see it, right? Family road trip, mother-in-law's in the back. Hey, that was a wrong turn. Hey, I don't like the way you made that turn. Again, my mother-in-law is such a backseat driver. She comments on every turn I make. What about this real life situation? Again, still speaking about backseat driver. Think about your daily commute when carpooling with colleagues to work. You guys are riding together. Here's the example sentence. I stopped giving Sarah rides because she's a backstreet. I guess I like Backstreet Boys. She's a backseat driver who constantly tells me which lanes to use. Backseat driver. And then this other real life situation. Going on a family vacation when driving with siblings on a long trip. Here's the example sentence. My brother is the worst.